That's normal.
I made him uncomfortable. It's the best. I now have a thing. That makes me uncomfortable. We're even. Face approving again.
Dragon Con accomplishment unlocked.
One here, there's one there.
We haven't heard from you yet, and then we'll come back to you.
Okay, this show is very intellectual. I feel like I'll have to watch the episode twice before I really get everything that's happening. When you guys have read the script, do they tell you going in, like, hey, this person's really doing this, this is really happening,
Oh, like for future down the road stuff?
or even just in the episode, like people's intentions or what's really going to be happening, or do you guys have to go, like, just kind of figure it out as it goes, or ask? Like,
I think when you have the pages, it's actually easier to follow. Like it becomes, you can sort of go at your own pace and sort of dive into it in a way where I found it. Like I agree, I would watch the episodes twice because also Hugh and Naz are doing their own thing on top of that. Yeah. But I
Right
find
on
it
top of it?
almost their weird erotic colors are easier to digest when it's being filtered through me rather than through
It's hard
a
to film
sexy
without.
Dutchman.
I found it very confusing. I got, you helped me a lot more. I got really confused at times, but what are we?
It's tough when you're coming and going too, because you don't know what's, even like there's stuff like the mood and style of those scenes is what's hard. Like sometimes what I have in my brain and then I would see the episode or I'll watch the footage, it's completely different.
Yeah. And also remember, like our scenes were always, when they give us our scenes, they didn't really change too much. Like we would sometimes say, can we do this or whatever, or they play with it a little bit, but not a lot. But the main characters, their stuff was changing all along. There was always being new drafts, and they change it up until the night before, even the day. So I wouldn't track them as much. So sometimes when I'd watch the episode, I'd be like, oh, that's what's happening. But because I'm very selfish, and all I looked at I just read my own parts. That's not true. Sometimes I'd have to read the script once to figure it out.
A whole
Not
lot of
always.
time.
You had your hand up over there.
If there's more lulls, I'll just keep doing dialogue from my twin porn.
Please ask more questions.
How come you're on cut? I was in the States. Then why do you have the accent? Oh, it's the worst. Oh, I can't do any impressions. Have you heard my Count Chocula? That's the only one I can do.
No, I said my question is.
Oh, they said I had the worst impression.
No, your questions brought us down a very important road, so thank you.
I'll take full, don't blame Corbin. It was all, I brought up twins.
You did.
I'm gonna keep
You made that
bringing up
choice.
twins. I'm gonna keep doing
We
it.
all make choices.
Someone's going to
Until we see Scott Thompson blush, which I want on camera and on the internet.
We got it. We got it right here.
Oh, what's, you've got daddy's nose. No, you've got daddy's nose.
Someone else ask a question.
Moving on.
Over here in the flower crown.
My question from the finale, the very last scene with Price and Zeller. For some reason, you were talking really, really fast. They give you like a minute. They're like a timer. They're like, this is your last line, and you have 60 seconds. Go.
It really was under a minute.
Yes.
That's right. We were in the episode for a minute, and we have this. It's incredible. Our power.
Abuse it.
You had a good, interesting point about this yesterday.
What?
About the last scene, how fast we spoke, and how it had no jokes, but it was one of our fun.
It was impressive.
I think we just figured it out a little bit. It's a shame we figured it out right as it ended. But I mean, that exposition stuff is, not what the show is at all. And they don't write. They don't like write it funny. So
Not really, no.
It's basically just putting us in the frame and having us talk over each other and battling for attention. It's all those little things that I think we just started. And then it comes out so fast, which is the only way it would ever work. If you start drilling, like believe me, if we went slower than that, I feel like you guys would be like, these guys.
Please
Guys
stop.
push the whole show down. The stupid coats.
Coats. Please, people. The coats. White puts on 10 pounds. The lab focused on 20. I had that, there was that one, in that last scene we had, remember when we both speak at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was lame. I thought that would never work.
It was
But
great.
It was great.
It was awesome.
It was so impressive.
I thought, when Michael Reimer said, remember he said, speak that.
Well, I kept doing it. I knew you hated it. I basically was just saying your line for you.
I hated it.
I know.
But it really worked. I said, why you, but I was surprised that was okay.
You shouldn't be surprised because I did it.
I know. It's like, well, I speak at the same time, but we did. We did what we were told. Because we are professional actors.
It came together well.
Never molest. Lying naked and vulnerable on a slab. What kind of an actor would do that?
I saw that one first, and then you second.
If Brian is able to continue the series, be it getting it on Netflix or movies or whatever, do you have anything you would like to see him do with your characters?
I'd love an amazing, if they did a movie, I'd like us to have a sequence which was really, where there was action involved and then we were strapped to a plane. Really.
It started off so vague and then got very specific.
Yeah.
I want us to be strapped to a plane. That's my answer.
That sounds great.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I don't know what situation we would both be strapped to a plane.
2 planes. Twin planes.
Oh, okay.
You're doing this now. You're take it
Of
over.
course I'm enjoying it now. I've gotten over it. I've done the blush.
In the John Thompson team costume in the back.
That's a costume? It's just a suit and tie with a white shirt. Ah, okay.
Hi, I missed your panel yesterday, so I apologize if this has already been asked. But Scott,
Yeah.
I would like for you to recast Hannibal using your Kids in the Hall alumni.
Okay. Hannibal Lecter, Mark McKinney.
Correct.
Will Graham. Oh.
You got a problem.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the twitchiest. and has the crazy hair. That mop that Hugh has. Okay. Who else? Okay, Abigail. Dr. Bloom, I guess. That would be. Dave. Right, because he's the prettiest girl. There's 2 more, right, and then 1 more. I guess for you, I guess I have to cast you. That would be Bruce. Bruce.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
That's all. It's captured. I'm gonna send this to Bruce.
No, I love it.
And then for who else would be it?
Oh, that's
Chilton.
Chilton, actually.
And I play Chilton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good.
Yeah,
Ralph
Bruce
was
is the
fun.
best at playing jerks.
He is.
Yeah.
He is the best at playing jerks. On camera.
Again in the purple.
What's the funniest thing that happened on set that you can tell us?
There was a thing I liked. I mean,
Like on camera or off camera?
Either. Both.
Off.
there was there was a scene where we came in and there was a charred dead kid in the fireplace. I know, it sounds hilarious so far. And it was hilarious. That was just generally the fun. Like, I don't think anybody everyone had heard. We had a dog that carried a severed arm to us. This is all cut.
All cut.
It was from that weird episode 4, something that was only released on the internet. That was down to 20 minutes because it was basically like Scott, Hetty, me and Lawrence, and just barging into a house full of children and shooting them all in the head. It was the greatest. It was so dumb.
And the kid had a gun, and that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember, yeah. It was outrageous. It was just so outrageous. And the dog it kept walking around with the arm in its mouth, not dropping it. The director was like the elderly gentleman I said before. He was also German, and this dead kid was supposed to be lying there, and he just like would come over to him and be like, I could see you breathing, little boy. I got this light more still. But that whole day was outrageous. That's when I was like, oh, for sure, no one sees this show.
That was a very fun day. That was also the day that Hetty got to drive the van. Remember?
Oh yeah, we had like a car chase.
And no one had said, can you drive? She said, yeah, I'll drive.
That episode was a completely different episode.
It was. And we go roaring down the street. Hetty's at the thing. There's me and Aaron and Lawrence and Hetty, and she's driving and she pulls over. I mean, she wasn't cleared to do any of that stuff, but it was total stunt work. And she just drives into the driveway.
Come out with guns and shoot all these children.
It was just a hot, sexy day. I enjoyed that day tremendously.
Over here, and then you are at
So are you two disappointed in any way about the fact that you two didn't get to develop the great relationship that you wanted between Price and Zeller in season 3 that you mentioned at Comic-Con last year?
I mean, look, it's such a great show, and we're both such huge fans of the show. Of course, we're disappointed.
A little.
We're not.
Let's be honest for once.
Yeah, we want it to be really all up in the show. But as fans of the show, like it's hard to feel bad about it because I think the show was great, and I'm not sure that more of us would have helped any of them.
Oh, I am. No, I mean it's true because there's like you have your different hats, and like the actor hat is like, oh, I want to be on it more, and then the writer hat, which is like, I get what they're doing, and you can't. I understand that, but if I'd just been an actor, I'd be like, oh God, I wish they put me. But I understood what Brian was doing, but the ego part of me was like, I want to be in everything.
Every scene.
Yeah.
More
Or
Price
at
than
least
Zeller.
one.
That's the great part about working for someone like Brian is you're like, I trust all of this. He can. If he has a whim that to you feels like crazy, you just know it's going to work out.
Yeah.
It's really one of the first.
Yeah, like it's true. It's like when you're with a madman visionary like he is, you just do what he says. It's not, climb off on this slab. Okay, take your pants off. You just
German.
do it.
German right now.
Everything. I feel like you're hearing. There's a filter, a German filter. You're hearing.
Why is everybody speaking in a German accent? What's up with you guys? It's odd, isn't it? You're hearing it too, right?
Sure.
Good. Good.
Yeah, Jerry, end up roll.
Being fans of the show and being in the lore, but also watching the show, did it change your appetite or the way that you look at food?
Oh, I think it looked good. I had no problem eating while the show was airing or while coming home from set. Like the food on set was good looking. Every disgusting thing that they had, I would have eaten. It looked great. I think that's part of the weirdness of it. You're like, yeah, if someone served me that, I would be jacked. I would be like, yeah, let's dig into this. What is this human leg? It tastes amazing.
I think that part of the satirical thrust of the show is, in some ways, it's a sort of a satire on food culture. I mean, I think that's maybe not its main satire.
Maybe not.
But I do think there is. I do think Brian is mocking a food culture, even though he is a foodie. But I do think he's making fun of how esoteric it's become, how silly food culture has become. It's food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I ate with dinner last night.
Yeah, that's it. There
we
we
got
go.
some with like asparagus froth on it.
What do you? It's like asparagus spit. Like as if asparagus was an animal and spit. So it tastes like spit, and then will I know my pee will be horrible smelling. Will my spit be horrible smelling? I mean, there's so many questions.
The waiter had none of the answers.
And all of it in a German accent. It's difficult to concentrate. But I do think that I think that Brian has said publicly that it made him more of a vegetarian. He's not completely serious because he eats meat, but yeah, he does. He does. He doesn't want to be a jerk about it. If you're let's say you're in an isolated Albanian village, and a family takes you in, and all they serve for you is a giant joint of pork, he's going to eat it.
Or the
That
Albanians.
isn't going to upset them.
Let the record show that in an Icelandic hut or whatever he said,
Albanian.
Ryan will be polite and eat your joint of meat or whatever.
Joint of pork.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Right?
Right. I think,
I mean,
wouldn't we all?
What's amazing to me, I gotta turn away from you for a second. It's fascinating to me that Aaron, with his knowledge of the world, thinks that there are pigs in Iceland. I mean, just around.
It's a very interesting conception he has.
Iceland people. Wild pigs. I mean, that's interesting to me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Somebody please bring him an atlas tomorrow. This has to stop.
In the blue here, and then in the blue behind.
Thank you for being here. I wanted to ask you, the show deeply disturbed me. I could only watch one at a time. I mean, it's just so when you were done on set, you saw this sort of event, have nightmares, you have anything.
You know that noise is odd. Stormtroopers, people! Stormtroopers coming through! Hit the ground! Hit the ground!
We don't have to. They can't hit anything
I'm gonna
anyway.
take him down!
Christy, love him.
Free suckers!
What was weird is I heard that sound and I didn't have to look and I just like stormtroopers.
We saved your lives.
Thank you.
So, what was the question?
Did anything about the show give you nightmares that are just lastingly disturb you?
You wore an outfit one time, I did not. That was just...
What might be next? Some of the sweaters.
The honey people, we had to do, there was again a thing that was cut when we were in like a stormtrooper situation. In the greenhouse with the honey guys, and they were like lobotomized zombies running around, and they would have honey dripping out of their eyes and mouths, and they would, and that was the most, that was
Yeah.
I mean, that was when, I remember reading that, and let alone seeing it on set, and being like, oh, Brian's a psychopath. I don't know how his brain works, but
That was
I
great.
can't
I
watch
know
that
now that he's a
episode.
psychopath.
That was great. I mean, I don't know, scare, like nightmares? Yeah, you wore an outfit once that gave me.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what. I know one time. Speaking of outfits, keep hitting my foot though. One time, oh my God. One time they put Aaron's clothes in my trailer by mistake. Remember that? And when I put them on, I went, I gained a lot of weight. Remember that? I came out and I go, are you sure this is for me? I mean, I look like a sausage. My skin is way too, it was off. I still have nightmares about how I looked in the mirror. Aaron said, that's mine for my 30-inch waist. Oh, and I had to hit him.
You had to.
I didn't do this one.
You did. Look at my 30 years wasted.
If you've got it, you've got to flaunt it.
Bastard.
In the hat.
Yeah, if you could play any other character from the show, who
You already have an answer?
Each other.
It's a little secret. Scott, I would like, I could never play Chilton, but he's the most fun to play. But I would never,
Yes.
I don't think I'm a fancy one. I don't think I'm fancy enough to get away with playing fancy assholes.
Have you
I've
never
always
played a
played
fancy
dirtbag,
asshole?
yeah. Yeah, I'm always played, sorry baby.
Baby's gone. Baby's
Baby, okay. Sorry to all you babies, all my babies, I'm so sorry. Will, I guess, he's kind of a jerk that I would get away with doing.
Yes, I can see you as Will. Obviously, I would be Jack.
Yeah, the big bear.
Yeah, I'd be Jack Crawford.
Yeah, good times. In the brown up front here. Yeah, it's you.
I'm the one that likes the lab coat.
Oh.
I have a question. In real life, you actually are more fond of cats than children. Do you remember that line?
Yeah, one of the cats.
Oh! God, no. No, I love kids. I love cats too. No, I'm not like that, no. No, I love animals, but I'm not super precious about them. When they're sick, you put,
Sorry, this took a turn so quick. We're all waiting.
I love animals, but when they get sick, it's time to go.
I love animals.
Kill them.
Not kill them. Man.
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't have my cat.
Children too, you gotta put them down sometimes. You gotta just inject them with something and put them to sleep.
That first cough, he's down. First hairball, he's down.
Kid gets the sniffles, down.
No, can't have that getting out. That's for the safety of other children.
Flower crown over here.
I was thinking more about the really overtoned cannibal jokes. Cannibal puns. Which one is your favorite cannibal pun? It says a lot.
Cannibal pun?
Cannibal pun.
Cannibal pun.
Same thing.
Yeah.
He said something. What are they?
That's my favorite too.
The best one I think is when he's talking to Jack and he says, "I'd like to have you and your wife for dinner."
That's a
classic.
That is a good one.
That's a classic. It's hard to beat. I feel like he said something to Chilton once where they were in the third season.
Your tongue is very feisty.
Oh no, in third season?
The flamingo
They
tongue.
had that weird dream eating sequence, and he said something that was so on the because Chilton I liked when Hannibal knew that everyone he was a cannibal.
It's the
He kind of
cow
stepped up
line.
his game a little bit. The sassy talk.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, he's not trying to hide it
Only in
anymore.
the
He knows. He's
derogatory
like,
sense.
remember when I fed you?
You want to say it? I do not.
Yeah, you know you liked it.
You thought it was
Yeah.
We're alike. I just know it. Yeah, that's what I like. I like.
They did let him get more, I thought, overtly funny.
Yeah.
Like people always say the word comic relief, but the show's a black comedy. I mean, it really is. There's so much of it that's just pitch black comedy.
Yeah.
And but my favorite line, I think, in the whole series was the dinner party where the guy goes, "Oh, it's that kind of party."
Yeah.
And then how it ends up. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I laughed the hardest in the third season when he says about Chilton. He's like, "Oh, send Dr. Chilton my condolences, and I hope he isn't too ugly." That got me really laughing. Like, wow. Yes. Yeah.
So if the show were to continue, what other horrible things do you think they eat each
How can they go further?
Let's not ask that question.
I mean, if they came back, he'd come back and have that really horrible, shiny skin, right? And he'd be all stretched out. And every time he, turn his head, it would crack and bleed.
That's not how that works.
That's how it works. Aaron, come on, grow up.
I'm so sorry.
The adult world. We're adults here. We can handle it, right?
So I'm still learning about Icelandic pigs.
Like wild boar in Iceland. I mean,
There are Icelandic pigs.
right? What?
your back to me. I was just,
Oh.
I didn't know if you meant to. I didn't know if you meant to.
No, I didn't. But seriously, why is this? I'm so insecure. That's what I. Oh yeah.
It feels weird when you're, you know, I just.
I don't know what they would do to him. Like, what would you do to? How could you make it worse?
I don't know. You have to give him like,
Maybe
like
you have to put him in some sort of like the way he looked.
herpes. Got it. Nailed it.
I feel like I'm making
I would say chlamydia, but herpes is just as good. I would say making him like giving him a really like banal job that was in front and center with the public, like being a teller in a bank.
Yeah.
That would be
It's like his nightmare.
Checkout cashier.
yes, check cashier at Piggly Wiggly. So he has to do this menial job, and everyone has to look at him and go, whoa!
Wow.
Before they run through their
Crush his self-esteem.
Plus herpes, though. Plus herpes.
herpes, yeah.
Right up front.
Okay, two-part question. First off, have you actually written the musical for the butt crack thing from yesterday?
Oh, not yet.
Yesterday, guys, we performed a butt crack musical. Have we written a musical? Oh, we didn't conceive it as a musical.
No, we didn't, but now it's a great idea. I'm surprised they didn't come up with this before. I smell a new rent.
But the follow-up is, can you please reenact Will Graham again? Because it was beautiful.
Just like a scene or two from Butt Crack.
Can we recap
This
this?
is terrible. I knew this was a thing. I would have gotten good at it. What kind of thing would you have him say?
This is
Oh,
not.
God, I don't know.
Like what's something banal that he would never say? Something not erotic or poetic at all.
Just so long,
What's that? Okay, we're
just so long as Scott responds as Hannibal.
I feel totally calm and collected.
I have a Cheeto.
Hannibal season 3.
All right, folks, we've got time for one more question, and we're going to pull from you right over there.
I think that who would win, Anthony Hopkins' Hannibal or your Hannibal?
I think Maz is more of a butt kicker than you saw
Yeah.
Maz. Maz is a Viking. Yeah.
Like literally.
He would use Anthony Hopkins as a toothpick.
Also, yeah. I don't know how big Anthony Hopkins is, but like that, Maz is also like an athlete,
Yeah.
dancer. Like he's a big broad.
He's a big broad.
He's a big
Big
broad.
Teutonic broad.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here today. Thank you to Aaron Abrams and Scott Thompson. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you, everyone. Remember, they will be at the Walk of Fame at 1:30. All right, from tattlecrime.com, tattle-crime.com, Freddie, there is a present for Aaron and Scott. It's not penises, it's a Team Sassy
Sassy
Science.
Science!
Thank you. It comes from, the needlepoint was created by Melissa Stocker, Tinkerbell Mrs. Melissa Tink. So Melissa Tink did that there. So yeah, thank you guys once again. Thank you all for being here. Once again, they'll be at the Walk of Fame at 1:30, and they will be doing signings and photos at 5:50. Thanks, everybody.
If I go up, I can like just say hi to them real quick.
Maybe.
What?
I'll film it.
Hey, Will Graham, Will Graham.